All right, hey Skyline, it's Ben, project support manager over facilities and fleet and procurement. I'm here at Central Valley with Jason Cooley. We're going to talk about a couple things: the core value of teamwork, the value of a team, and how that plays into our workplace. Jason has been a big proponent when it comes to really trying to be open-minded and innovative, especially when he's up against obstacles, right? And so I wanted to talk to Jason about how he gets through those things. And so when you're presented with a task, eventually you come up with an obstacle that maybe you have never encountered before. At what point do you stop and say, okay, look, there's got to be a better way?
Just about in everything that we do, you're going to find yourself saying that. But it seems like every project is always going to have these monumental tasks where you're just sitting there looking at it going, I don't know how we're going to do that. I've been very blessed with the guys I've worked with over the years, and they've given me some great insight on how to approach a lot of problem solving and troubleshooting. But collaboration, I feel, is the best way to really get through anything. With my team, we're going to walk through the process together, and I'm open to ideas. Like, this is what I was thinking, maybe that'll work, maybe it won't. Sometimes there's a lot of trial and error involved as well. But it's a team effort. It's a collaborative effort with everyone on my team. And if I hit a point where I don't know how we're gonna get through this, I will reach out. I will reach out to some of our tool vendors. I'll reach out to you. I'll reach out to our project management team on just bouncing some ideas back and forth.
That's great. And I like what you said about collaborating with your whole team. And you mentioned earlier, letting your ego stay at the door. That's a huge factor when it comes to having an effective team.
Well, the accountability, I think, is a huge component to being in the trade, and especially being a leader. Humility is also the first. I'll be the first to admit that I don't know everything. And I'll be the first to admit when I do make a mistake. But trying to leave the ego at the door, I think, is huge. It opens communication from everyone on your team, feeling comfortable that they can talk and have that two-way communication back and forth. And all of the other people that we have to collaborate with, if there's just no ego there and everyone feels that you can have that comfortable two-way conversation, I think it goes a long way. The ones that have been ahead of us will be the first to say, like, I don't know it all. But knowing who to call to start that collaboration together, I think is the key component to all of it and being successful.
That's awesome. So how often do you think the solution is a new piece of equipment that you don't even know is available?
If I have stuff on site that I know isn't working, quite often, as you know, I'll pop by the shop and I'll go into the tool crib and kind of look around, and just something might jump out. But if there's nothing that's jumping out, oftentimes I reach out to vendors to see what kind of products are available. I've got a great relationship with our Hilti rep, and I'll call him up and be like, what have you got? This is what I'm doing. I'll send pictures. This is what I'm up against. And almost every time he has an immediate solution. Like our new core drilling apparatus with the water management system for getting into areas where we can't have the water contamination, and it collects it all and recycles and stuff. I would have never known that stuff existed if it wasn't for reaching out to Cody when we were knee deep in a battle.
I appreciate the conversation we've had. My objective is to support our core value of teamwork, right? And the value that it has in our company culture. One last question: how does all of this play into the safety of Skyline?
If you were using the right tool, you're not fighting the process, I think, is the easiest way to sum it up. So if you have the right tool for the application, it's safer because it's just working as intended. You know, the new cable tray rollers that we acquired, we've got thousands of feet of cable tray down there that we're pulling through very challenging scenarios, offsets and elevation changes, and trying to work through very congested areas. It's less risk to the equipment, it's less risk to the wire, it's less risk to the individuals, because you're not having to manhandle everything. I was always taught on the poles that if you set it up right, the machines are doing all the work, the assister and the tugger, and then we're just monitoring in between if you set everything up well. So if you take the time and you plan everything ahead of time, and then you're using the right tools for the application, then there's less physical effort on our part involved. We're not having to fight the stuff in. It just kind of goes in effortlessly, which adds to the safety factor. And if you're ever stuck and you're in a challenging situation and you don't know how to work around that, don't be afraid to reach out. I mean, I do it all the time. I involve my team all the time. Before we start anything, we'll walk through it all together and we'll just start brainstorming and we'll come up with ideas together. The collaboration is super important. And if everybody's collaborating together, they feel part of it, they feel engaged, they feel like they own a piece of the situation, and it just helps the team flow so much smoother. If you're new to this and if you don't have a ton of experience, you can lean on all of us for help, support, questions. That's what we're here for. We're here to teach, and we're here to help coach you through these difficult moments, because once upon a time, we were in your shoes. We were fresh looking at all of this going, how am I gonna make this happen? We all have so much to offer each other. So I think the more we really buy into that team dynamic and lean on each other for help and support, I think it just goes a long way. So don't be afraid to reach out and ask questions if you have any.
Awesome. Very good. Okay, Jason. Thank you, man.
Yeah,
Appreciate
thanks, buddy.
you. All
Yeah.
right. Well, I hope you guys have enjoyed this message. Till next time, you guys. Have a good one.